George Gordon Byron is actually the sixth Lord Byron, as he took this noble title from his uncle William Byron, the fifth Lord Byron. He was the son of Captain John Byron, nicknamed Mad Jack, and Catherine Gordon, who was a descendant of James I, King of Scotland. Lord Byron was born in London in 1788 and died in Greece. He died in Missolonghi in 1824. George had a stepsister, Augusta. John Byron fathered her, but with another woman. George and Augusta had a sexual relationship from which a daughter was born, Medora. But in order to avoid the scandal, Medora was given the family name of Augusta's husband, Sir Leigh, so Medora Leigh. The only thing George Byron did for her biological daughter was dedicating one of his poems, The Corsair, where the heroine's name was actually Medora. Lord Byron studied at the Trinity College in Cambridge, but soon he got into trouble because his family was in financial trouble, and because the gossip about his homosexual affairs was becoming more and more serious. So, in order to avoid the scandal, because having homosexual relationships was illegal at that time, he was forced to marry a woman, Annabella Milbank. Annabella was a talented mathematician. In fact, Byron nicknamed her the Princess of the Parallelograms. They had a daughter, Ada Augusta, but Ada never met her father, as soon Byron eloped to Switzerland with his friend Percy Bysshe Shelley and Mary Godwin, who would later become Shelley's wife. Ada Augusta Byron was herself a talented mathematician. In fact, she worked for the construction of the first calculator, the first calculating machine. After he fathered this baby, Ada Augusta, Lord Byron started his grand tour in Europe. He visited Portugal, Spain, Belgium, and Italy. And that's when his love for Greece started. He visited Greece and fell deeply in love with what he considered the place where modern European civilization was born, that is Greece. And he started thinking of helping Greece with the fight for independence from Turkey, from the Ottoman Empire. But he moved to Switzerland, where he met Percy Bysshe Shelley. Shelley, his new wife, Mary Godwin, and her stepsister Claire, together with Byron, his personal doctor John Polidori, shared a villa, Villa Diodati, near Lake Geneva in Switzerland. This is when this group decided to spend their time creating Gothic stories, the most famous of which are The Vampire, written by John Polidori, which would later inspire Count Vlad by Bram Stoker, an Irish writer who wrote this novel about Dracula 1 century later, and Frankenstein, or The Modern Prometheus, written by Mary Godwin Shelley. Then Shelley and Byron moved to Italy, and Byron decided to leave to Greece. He landed on Kefalonia and then reached Missolonghi in Greece, but he died for a severe feverish attack. Lord Byron is remembered for his masterpieces, Childe Harold's Pilgrimage and Don Juan. Childe Harold's Pilgrimage is a long narrative poem in which Byron takes inspiration from his grand tour around Europe. In fact, it's a pilgrimage. It's the story of a long journey. The protagonist, Harold, travels in order to get rid of his motherland. Harold is disappointed after the French Revolution has failed to bring prosperity, peace, freedom and justice, and so he is constantly looking for new lands. Don Juan is a satiric poem dedicated to this protagonist, Juan or Juan, as he is a Spanish guy. Juan has not received a proper sexual education from his family, but when he starts having love affairs, his first adventure is with a married woman named Julia. She is discovered by Julia's husband, and he is in serious trouble. The rest of the poem is dedicated to other somehow satirical love stories, love affairs, which establish this myth of Don Juan as a seductor. But what matters is that Byron is the first popular literary star. He received a lot of love letters from admirers who lived everywhere in England and generally in Europe. He is the first homme fatale. Byron himself was a very trendy man, although he had some physical problems. He could not stand or walk properly because he had trouble with one of his legs, but he devoted himself to nice clothes, proper beautiful looks, and he was admired all over Europe. He is the first homme fatale. We must not forget that the figure of l'homme fatale precedes la femme fatale, which would be created later. And Byron created the so-called Byronic fashion, the Byronic hero. The Byronic hero is generally in a state of melancholy, usually quiet. Normally he doesn't speak much, but he is able to fascinate anybody he meets.